heels together, feet slightly off to an angle, head suspended from above, mouth closed, breathing through the nose, tongue on the palate. Drop weight to the right foot, bend the elbows, rotate the palms backwards and open the fingers. Dropping to standard height, which is as low as we can get without raising the heel and without bringing up the hips. Taking one step to the left with the left foot, no weight, placing the left foot down, one hip wide, facing straight forward. Beginning shifting the weight and rising. On most of the weights on the left, rotate the right foot on the heel and continuing back to we're standing 50-50. The knees are not locked, they're slightly unlocked, but we've raised back to our almost full height. The feet are parallel on the inside. At this point, breathing in, the hands rise, each hand in front of the shoulder, coming from the wrists, the elbows are heavy, in other words, they're not like this, they're hanging. When we reach shoulder height, the hands come parallel to the ground. As soon as we reach parallel to the ground, the elbows retract, the hands begin to droop, completing the drooping or falling when we get to slightly above the hips. Then the wrists, pushing down to the baboons, and relax the wrists back to the original position. Shifting the weight to the left, the right hand rises, left hand comes under, and rotate the right foot on the heel. We come down half of our height. The right hand is armpit level, left hand is down 10, about 10 centimeters below the navel. Elbows are relaxed. Shifting the weight forward, continuing to descend. 100% weight on the right foot, so the left foot is free. You can look at the left foot, draw an imaginary line, and the left foot bring it straight forward, placing the heel down with no weight. As we begin shifting the weight, the hands begin to move. Left hand rises, right hand comes back. When most of the weight is forward, we rotate the hip and the back foot on the heel, coming into our 70-30 stance. The 70-30 stance is hips straight forward, 1 inch knee behind the toes, the thighs perpendicular to the ground, and facing straight forward, not out to the side, but straight forward. Back foot's 30 degrees, and the back is straight. The hand is about 30
Can we stop a minute?
Yep. Is the same angle as the front thigh. The hands are rounded, which means straight with a slight tapering. The weight continues forward. The left hand rotates in place, palm down, right hand palm up. So we're 100% weight forward, so the back foot is free. We rotate the entire body. We take a small step forward, placing the heel slightly before where the ball was, no weight. As we begin shifting the weight, the hands rise. When most of the weight's forward again, we rotate the back foot and hip in, and again we're now in our 70-30 to the wall. The right hand is now shoulder height, right in front of the chest. Left hand, elbow is down, 90 degrees, and the fingers are pointing to the right wrist, about an inch from the wrist. At this point, we rotate the body 30 degrees. We shift the weight back 90% to the back foot. The right hand comes 90 degrees in. The left hand is about an inch from the elbow, palm facing forward. At this point, we rotate the hips. The right hand is pushing air. The left hand drops and rises, head height, completing the rise when we complete the transition of the hips. Now the weight comes forward, hips square, and we end up palm on palm in the press. Hands are 90 degrees. The elbows are 90 degrees, and the hands are shoulder height. Both hands are rounded, and they're sitting in not like a clap, but rather cupping it at this point, this position. Weight shifts back, the elbows separate, making sure we don't lean back. We bring the hips back, and weight forward into the push position. Once again, we're 90 degrees, wrist, shoulder heights, and hands are rounded. At this point, we bring the weight back. The elbows stay where they are, but they descend. Okay? So they don't get closer to the body, and the forearms come slightly, not parallel to the ground, a little bit up. We 90% put the weight back. We rotate the body and the right foot on the heel, and at this point, we're 100% weight on the left foot. Now we shift the weight back to the right foot. The right hand begins forming a hook. The left hand begins palm turning up. We complete the hook and the hand comes to its position at the end with a slight rotation of the body. It's not too much, it's about 30 degrees. Okay? The elbow is close to the body. Hand is on the hip. The fingers are below the knuckles, which are below the wrist. Everything's bent, and it's about an inch or so above the hand. All the weight's on the right foot. We now rotate the hips and the left foot on the ball of the foot. The right hand rises, and at this point we're 100% on the back foot in what's called a cat stance. Okay? The arm is off to the side. We're facing 90 degrees from the arm. This is shoulder height. Wrist is bent, and it's not completely straight, it's slightly bent. At this point, we take the left foot and touching the ball of the foot, bring it across, place it down with no weight, with the heel wide enough for the next stance. As we begin shifting the weight, the hand rises, and most of the weight's forward, and the palm is facing the shoulder. We now rotate the hand, hip, and the foot simultaneously, coming to our 70-30 stance. This is called single whip. So this hand is the usual 90 degrees shoulder height with the wrist. This hand is slightly tugged back, okay, still in the hook position. At this point, we continue shifting the weight forward and begin releasing the right hook and turning the body so that we're facing forward. Okay. At this point, all the weight's on the left foot. The hands are open. We now close the arms and move the foot. The hands have more distance to travel than the foot, so they have to move a little bit more quickly. And at the end, we place the heel down together with the hands. This is called play the guitar. The foot is in a position where if I draw it back, it clears the ankle. In other words, it's not in a position where it's going to hit the foot, but it's going to slide by. Slight bend in the knee, although there's 100% weight on this foot. The right hand is between shoulder and elbow height, and the left hand is about 20 centimeters from the elbow. Here's a move where the hips are slightly to the side and the head is facing forward, which is different than most of the moves that we've had so far, which were nose and navel in the same direction. At this point, we bring the arms back and bring the foot back, coming to a position where we're touching with the right foot near the left heel, right hand in front of the groin, left hand in front of the thigh, same height, slight bend in the elbows. Put the heel back, no weight. As we shift forward, the left hand rises. At the very end of the motion, a slight rotation. This is called shoulder strike. The weight is now about 60-40. Make sure it's not too much forward, which is what is a common mistake. The left hand is palm down near the elbow, doesn't pass the elbow. And again, the right hand has to move. At this point, continue shifting the weight forward. When most of the foot weight is on the right foot, we begin to rise and turn to the side into stork spreads wings. So we're back to our original height at the beginning of the form where we've risen. The leg is not locked, it's slightly bent. The hips are facing more or less to the side. The left hand past the left thigh. The right hand is one fist distance back of the hand from the head with the elbow jaw height pulled back. At this point, we descend. Simultaneously, the elbow comes in and the hand drops as if it's chopping down. When we get down to our standard height, then this is about stomach height as if it's a chop. At this point, we begin to rotate the hips. Both hands begin to move. The right hand has to move faster than the left because it gets all the way up to here. Three things happen simultaneously. The foot moves, the right hand makes a bend near the ear, and the left hand reaches the hip, all simultaneously. And we move the foot wide enough for the next stance. We shift the weight forward and come into a brush knee and strike. At the very end, again, rotating the hip and foot forward. So we're in our 70-30, our standard 90 degrees, wrist shoulder height. Left hand is on the side of the thigh. At this point, we continue the weight from the dantian straight forward, 100% forward, releasing the back foot. Slightly turning it out to about 60 degrees. We shift the weight back. The right hand drops, left hand comes up, and at the very end, we close the foot and the hand. And again, we're back into play the guitar. Once again, we're in a narrow stance where the foot clears the back heel. Shoulder, between shoulder and elbow height. At this point, the hands drop. When they reach stomach level, we begin the rotation. Right hand moves faster. Three things again. Flip. This reaches the right hip and the left foot moves over. And again, brushing and striking. Okay? So we're back in our 70-30 stance. At this point, the weight goes back. Right hand drops in front of the left thigh. And we turn the hips to the corner. Both hands are open at the same height. We shift the weight forward, begin closing the right fist into a Tai Chi fist, which means it's not 100% closed, it's slightly open. Okay, and we're 100% forward on the left foot. The right foot then comes in and goes out, placing the heel down. Notice the hips, and I'm looking off to the direction of the hips. The weight shifts forward. When there's 100% weight forward, the hands have drifted slightly back. Now we're going to rotate the hip simultaneously, making 2 circles with the hands. The right hand is chest height, left hand is head height, and as the foot drops down, there's kind of a chopping motion, and this one comes around to the upper thigh. It's not to the hip, it's to the upper thigh. Notice that the hips are off to the side, and also I'm looking slightly to the side. The hand is more than 90 degrees and below shoulder height, and the width of the stance is the proper width for the next 70-30 stance. The weight shifts forward, the left hand comes back, the right hand comes up, and I'm back in my 70-30 stance. This is called, this whole move is called step up, parry, strike, and punch. At this point, this arm is 90 degrees, fingers shoulder height, slightly towards the middle of the body, and the right punch is about 20 centimeters beyond the left hand, stomach height. At this point, again, in our Tai Chi fist, so it's not a tight fist. At this point, the weight stays where it is. I rotate the hips to the corner. Left palm turns, palm facing forward, up, under the right elbow. Now I begin shifting the weight back, pulling the right arm back. When most of the weight is back, I rotate into my push, which we've already had. Again, 90 degrees, shoulder height. Shifting the weight to the right hand opens, and the left foot we rotate on the heel. All the weight's on the right foot now. Shifting the weight back to the left, the hands continue to make a circle. Now they're palm facing palm. All the weight's on the left foot now. We would continue with the weight on the left. We pull the right foot back and drop the palms down, palm facing back. And now we shift the weight 50-50 as the hands rise. Left hand is closer to the body, chin height. And at this point, we will swing. Okay, that's the end of the first third.